welcome to Rest Indica Mind Maps. We are a repository of around 1000 mind maps which will make your UPSC preparation a cakewalk. You can download the link of the app given in the description. You can also join our Telegram channel, the link of which has been given in the description below. So this particular issue of brain drain will be important from the GS paper 1 perspective, and that too in the education section. Now the question which should come in your mind is that why are we studying this issue of brain drain as of now? The reason is that approximately 8 lakh Indian students, they have traveled abroad for higher education. Now, this is leading to something which has very deleterious consequences. The first of which is that these people who travel abroad, they are going to spend 1% of the GDP in the education over there. And second, this will lead to brain drain. Now, leading to brain drain will lead to loss of precious human resource. Got the point? Now, see, resource does not only mean physical capital, mineral, fuel, but people as a resource are also very important. But when the nationals of a particular nation, they go and reside to any other country, then this leads to loss of human resource for the source country. Got the point? Now see, this will also lead to high net worth individuals leaving in India. And once high net worth individuals leave India, they also take with them the precious capital they are having. Clear? Now see, if I go on and talk about the literal and the intellectual meaning of the term, this means that transfer of human capital resources takes place to international level. Here you might ask me, sir, say for example, if a person, he is coming from a more developed country, say for example, USA, to a less developed country, say for example, Nigeria, will this be also called a brain drain? See, it might be called a brain drain, but brain drain should take place on a higher plane. They should take place in a larger sample space. So therefore, to international levels is not the only criteria. See the second criteria. That is the migration should take place from the developing to the developed countries. Okay, and that too of highly educated people. Say for example, if I say that many people who are having very low or semi-skilled people, okay, they go to the Middle East country, for example, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, for doing the lower end jobs of, say for example, working in mines, working as drivers, then this is not called as brain drain. Okay, so these three things should happen in tandem with each other. That is transfer of human capital resources to international level from developing to developed countries and of highly educated people, then that will be termed as brain drain. Clear? Now, what are the factors which cause brain drain? See, there are two factors involved in it. The first is the pull factor and second is the push factor. Now, what are the pull factors? See, say for example, a person, he is migrating from country A to country B. Now, the country B should have some additional lucrative circumstances which should pull the person from place A. Clear? Now, see, what are the pull factors? Better opportunities of education. Yes, very well. The people who travel abroad, say for example, people from India who go to UK, who go to USA for getting education at premier institution, say for example, Oxford, Stanford, London School of Economics, they provide them with better education facilities. Point number one. Point number two is that the earning opportunity increases. We see that approximately more than 50% of the doctors who live in USA, they are of Indian origin. Why? Because doctors in India, they are not able to earn much. Engineers in India, good engineers in India, if I may say, they are not able to earn much. But if they go to a foreign country, most probably the Western nations which are developed, then their earning opportunity increases. Got the point? Good bureaucratic system. Yes, very well. In India, we have something which is known as red tapeism. And what is this red tapeism? That for getting a single work done, you have to go through a very rigorous bureaucratic procedure. Okay. But in the Western countries, where we have capitalism dominated government, there the bureaucratic system is very easy to work with. Okay, they are more people centric rather than rule centric. Got the point? Another, social safety. Now, social safety can come in many matters. First of all, the people over there, they have social security benefits. Okay, moreover, there also we have less cases of theft, murder, delinquency. Moreover, their people are treated with equality. Okay, there is no prejudice. But this is rarely happening. Each and every country, no matter how developed it is, they face certain kind of prejudices, certain kind of inequality in them. More freedom can be at both individual plane, personal plane and professional plane. Say for example, in India we have job stereotype. Some job they are being reserved for women and some for men. For example, if a woman, she goes on and drives the trucks, okay, so you won't find a woman who is driving truck because that is a very male centric job. But this is not the case in foreign nations. In a foreign country, you can be a woman and you can drive a truck or you can drive a big car. Got the point? Mental peace is attributed to the above these reasons. Okay, and better prospects for children. So these are some of the pull factors which leads to brain drain. Got the point? Now, there are some push factors also. Again, look at this particular example. If a person, he is migrating from place A to place B, then the place A should have some bad things which are pushing him to go to place B. Now, what are these bad things? First of all, few innovative courses. Yes, very well. See, brain drain can be due to variety of reasons, but here we are focused only on the education part. Got the point? Few innovative courses means that the course structure is designed in such a manner that people have very few choices what they want to opt. But in the foreign nations, they have got a lot of innovative courses where they can join. Okay, the fees is also very high. Now, fees is also high in those premium institutions, but there the fees is proportionate to the kind and the quality of education people get over there. Okay. Second, inadequate unemployment. Unemployment is a rampant thing. Even after getting educated, you are unemployed. Then what's the benefit of getting such kind of an education? Inadequate funds for R&D, for research and development. Least amount of money is given to the educational institution. Okay. Moreover, we have very top level colleges. The top level colleges of IIT, NITs, they are very less. Okay. And if I tell you, in the QS Global World Ranking, very few Indian colleges, they appear in the top 200. And in top 100, not a single college comes in some of the years. What the point? Moreover, the competition is very, very, very high. Immense competition. Why? Because the population is very high. Lack of infrastructure, fewer colleges, very high competition. Okay. Uncompetitive remuneration means that you have to work a lot, but your pay scale is not commensurate to the work you're doing over there. And in spite of having a good education, in spite of being honest, in spite of getting to a top colleges, your living standard does not improve. Got the point? And one reason for this lack of living standard is poor infrastructure. Again, let me give an example. Say, for example, you're a person who lives in Mumbai and who earns a lot. Say, for example, you earns 1 crore rupee a year. But when you go to your office in your car, then the road has potholes. Okay. When you go to your office, you see large amount of traffic due to lack of roads, lack of flyovers. Okay. So due to poor infrastructure, the living standards is also very degraded. Got the point? Now, coming on to the effects of brain drain. First is that it leads to great gap in countries, and mainly between the developing and the developed nation. In the developing nation, the progress comes down. Why? Because the people who are skilled, who are educated, who can contribute to the welfare of the country, they are going to other nation. The technical capability comes down. Say, for example, a person has done engineering in India. He wants to do some research, but he is not getting the opportunities to do so. He goes to a Western country, say, for example, MIT. He gets enrolled over there. He does research over there. And the research he does will be helpful for that country. Getting the point? So the progress of the developed country increases because there is an overall increase in the human capital over there. Got the point? There is also decline in qualified manpower. Okay. And the emigration is disproportionate. Disproportionate emigration. People go a lot. Lot of people, they leave India. And very fewer people from other countries, they come to India to work. Okay. See, debt cycle investment recovery is hard for students due to tight immigration policy. Getting the point? The people who if wants to come, say, for example, they have studied over there and they want to come to India, this is very hectic for them. What the point? The fiscal cost is also very high because they get subsidized education in the foreign country. And the immigrants, they leave country not to return to the society. Getting the point? Now, this does not only have negative repercussions. Some positive repercussions are also there. For example, the people who will work outside, they will send money to the home country, which we call as remittance. The remittance is received in the home country. Got the point? But this remittance is very good, but it won't suffice for the loss of human capital which the country goes through. Clear? Now, coming on to some initiatives which have been taken by the government in quite some time for stopping this problem of brain drain. The first is the Ramanujan Fellowship. Now, what does this fellowship pertains to? This provides avenues and opportunities to Indian researchers who though reside abroad, but they can work with Indian institute. Say, for example, a person who is living in USA, but if he wants to work with IIT Bombay in some particular project, then he is provided with Ramanujan Fellowship. Got the point? Second is the Vajra Faculty Scheme. Now, what does this Vajra Faculty Scheme pertains to? This brings overseas scientists and academicians for working in public funded institutions to India, which means that in any public funded institution, for example, in any government colleges, if someone wants to come, they can come and they can work under the Vajra Faculty Scheme. Clear? Now, the third is Ramalingaswamy Re-Entry Fellowship. What does this does? This encourages Indian scientists to come to India to do the research in life sciences and biotechnology. So the Ramalingaswamy Re-Entry Fellowship is limited to using life sciences and biomedical research. Clear? Similarly, biomedical research career program is also concentrated on biomedical and public health. Okay, so these two are very targeted fellowship or very targeted intervention. Clear? We also have something which goes by the name of Senior Research Associate Leadership. Okay, what does this does? This provides temporary placement for those who have returned in India, and they can also be appointed to the CSIR. Okay, CSIR means Central Institute which does research in different kind of things on a contractual basis. Clear? And the name of this program is Scientist Technologist of Indian Origin. Apart from taking such an initiatives, this problem of brain drain has not been solved. So what more can be done for solving this problem? Now, what is the way forward? First is there should be a circular migration policy. They should incentivize worker to return home after training. That yes,